All right, folks. I know it's been a minute, but welcome back to Earn Your Couch, episode 17. It's been a long summer. Jake and I have both been extremely busy when it comes to traveling and really trying to find the time to sit down and actually record and have the conversations we want to have. And I think we both have felt a change in kind of how we were feeling overall this summer when it comes to traveling and trying to fit in times to be active, to be present, to journal, to write. All of these things that we kind of have been trying to work towards have changed in some way because we haven't necessarily been sitting down having these conversations as frequently as we were at the beginning of the year. And so today has been a really cool conversation where we got together and connected and realized like these conversations are really important, not only because it allows us to have the opportunity to talk about what we're dealing with, how we're dealing with it, but also keeping us accountable in like moving forward and consistently doing fun things and doing things that make us feel good. And so today we kind of talk about how we're going to continue to do that and hopefully get back on track with our EYC podcast episodes here. So let's dive in.
So kind of a lot of my trips are now done for the summer. There's still a few things planned, but the big trips have already passed, and they were awesome. But it's just kind of like, all right, we've been off of our routines, still working out, but not to the level that I know that I'd like to, or that I know that I'm at my best. And so this week I really wanted to hit the ground running, coming off of a couple camping trips, Airbnbs out in nature, feeling recharged. And so I just wrote down a bunch of things that were just like on my brain that I wanted to get done outside of the work. And then I also just did our supplements, gym, and reflection or journal. If we can do these three things throughout the day, in addition to doing good at work, like we're doing all right. And the first 3 days knocked all of them out. Thursday, Henry's birthday, some things fell to the side. Friday, picked it back up again. And then Saturday. So but I could feel myself on Tuesday going like, I really liked filling out the whole square yesterday. And then you start, like, you just gamify it for yourself, but just a little thing. Like, it doesn't have to be, 75-day challenge. I'm I'm going to lock in for the first 2 days and then see how the dominoes fall.
Yeah. Start small and don't overdo it.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, this summer has been I mean, I guess we'll just address it. Like we've been busy. We haven't even been able to sit down and record because you've been out of town one weekend that I'm not, and then I'm out of town the weekend you're not, and that's just kind of how it goes. With that being said, I feel like I haven't been like as aggressive with working out, but more so in the sense of I've just been enjoying like running and that aspect of it, and the times I get to, I do it. But now, of course, dealing with an injury, having a potential meniscus tear. Every time I run now, my knee starts to lock up. So figure that's not good. But I can walk on it now perfectly fine. It's just when I have that like hard impact after like a while, like repetitively, my knee will just kind of stop working.
We'll get to...
For all the medical doctors out there, though, I have been working on it. I've been icing it. Don't worry. I can walk on it, though, so it's all good. What are you saying?
I was going to say, we can talk about the injury here in a second, but I wanted to dive into the busy summer. We haven't been doing Earn Your Couch. I guess I'm curious, like, what has been your thoughts just around us, like, wanting to be consistent with this and wanting to make it a priority, because right now it's like we have to be intentionally making it a priority if we want to continue to do it. And I think we both do. And so I guess I'm curious, like, how you've been thinking about this gap, and if it's just took a little summer vacation and now we're able to get back onto it, or how do you feel the absence of Earn Your Couch has impacted your week to week?
Accountability. Definitely don't feel as accountable to do the hard things, because ultimately when you're not talking about doing them with things, like with people all the time or with somebody, it's hard to like keep doing them. You know what I mean? So like part of it's just, oh, I can't wait to tell Jake about the half marathon I went on. You know, this is great. This is gonna be great content. Gonna go run a half marathon. It's gonna feel awesome. But accountability feature like parts of it, and not that I haven't been doing anything physical. I just think it's not as consistently every single day. But it's actually funny. Like not having been on here has caused me to go, okay, I want to get back into another solid routine again. Very similar to like the first half, not first half of the year, but like the first like 4 months of the year. Uh, kind of end the last 4 months of the year in like a good routine spot where it's you wake up earlier to go to the gym in the morning. You like maybe stay up a little bit later because you were going for a longer walk or you're at the gym longer in the afternoon, so you're finishing up some work. Just kind of being less lazy, honestly. With traveling and stuff, it becomes so easy to be lazy because of traveling back and forth, packing, cleaning up the house before you're gone, getting back into like the routine, going and getting right back into work when you're working 8 to 10 hours a day, right? It's exhausting. So, I'm honestly personally looking forward to not having to travel like every single weekend just so that there's some normalcy. And like this weekend was nice. It was one of the first weekends we've had at home in like probably a month. And we woke up in the morning, went on a new hike, never been to, and like Jill and I and the dogs ran. I think we went like 6 miles, and we were just like, oh, it's crazy how we've been here for almost 2 years and we've never done this hike before. Like this place is so cool. And then as we're doing it, we're like talking about how when it becomes really hot, like a 90 to 100-degree day, we need to get our river shoes or like water shoes on and then hike down the river, in a day and like bring snacks and like a lunch and just like hike down the river
Yeah, that
all
sounds
day.
epic.
I know. And we're like, why haven't we done that yet? And then it's like, oh yeah, it's because we've been gone every weekend basically. Or we're doing something that weekend in town and we already have that planned. So it's just going and doing something at home, out and about, like is a reminder of, oh man, there's also so much more stuff to do. And yesterday we did that hike and then we went to go play pickleball and then the pickleball league was happening and there was like 50 people at the court and we had a specific time that we needed to go play and then get back because we were going to the city to go to MLS a soccer game, and so we had a short window. We didn't want to go, hey guys, you think we could join in real quick? Because we didn't want to wait. But anyways,
Mm.
we were gonna go do that, and then we went and looked at mountain bikes because I want to get into mountain biking because I mean, there's trails everywhere around here, and I'm all, gosh, dang it, those are expensive. So now I'm just trying to figure out a way to get a good, decent mountain bike without absolutely breaking the bank for it. A lot of things are happening though. A lot of good positive movement. That was all
Your
yesterday,
brain just went in so many directions.
dude. It's this brain. It's going in different directions all the time.
It's hard to contain.
I don't just focus on one thing. I can't just focus on one thing. Like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the Dolphins right now. They're playing their preseason game as I'm having this conversation.
I was watching Tua before we started.
He's the man. He's the man. But
He's bait. He better
let's
be.
not get us going in that direction.
Sorry. Sorry about that. For me, it's been like I notice how this activity grounds me. Like because we're having those conversations and you're just like creating the space to like give your brain more reference points and reminders as to like things that feel good and all that. And so I'm same thing with writing. Like I wanted to start writing and I did a few pieces in the spring that I really enjoyed doing and I really felt benefits from, like activities that like align with my values. And then summer came and I was traveling a bunch for work and traveling a bunch for pleasure, and just kind of focusing on how do I maintain high levels of execution at work with the fun experiences that are just turned up the dial on the fun and turned down the dial on the intensity of my training and the full consistency of my training. But that like also comes with a cost because of those fun experiences. Like it's not just fun, like it's also added stress with the traveling, with logistics, financially, and your time available needs to like shift back to work because some of the time that would be available for health goes away. But then and I beat myself up because I'm more anxious. I maybe feel not as good all the time just physically because not because I felt horrible, but because of how good you can feel when you're eating the right foods and you're working out as consistently as you want to be and you're waking up and going to bed on time. Like all that stuff compounds, as we know. Four burners theory gives myself some grace on it. But like you said, like I'm excited to have the conversations more frequently, to be inspired by each other and by the people that we talk to. Um, and we feel the benefits of it. It's just different seasons have different priorities, and I'm glad that we're both like excited about picking it back up and like, yeah, we had a little summer break. That's okay.
Yeah, and you know what else is pretty cool is like you and I started talking about Earn Your Couch like last year at this time, like October, I think, beginning of October is when you first brought it up, And I think one of the cool parts about this is it's just another reminder that even when we get into a really good routine and we get out of it, we're out of it for like a month and a half, like we have been this summer. You can easily forget about how like good you felt during it
Mm-hmm.
until you put yourself back in it. Because I mean, earlier this week I went to the gym before work. So I left the house by like 6 to go to the gym. And that was the first time I went to the gym in the morning before work in like a few months. Because my routine was always like back after work, like in the afternoon. But it just reminded me of it's so nice to do this early. Like it's so nice to not sit on the couch in the morning and have YouTube on and just drink your coffee. It's just so much nicer to get up and go do that. Because then you come back and you're all okay, like let's have a good day. But it's so easy to forget. And this is probably the fourth time I've mentioned this on this podcast. It's like I always forget how nice it is to go do those things. And even this morning, Jill and I woke up. We got back late last night from our MLS soccer game, and so we slept in a little bit. And we got up around like 7:30, 7:45, and
Slept in.
basically, yeah, that's sleeping in.
I know.
And I guess maybe not for most people, but that's sleeping in. And I was like, let's go get the dogs on a new hike, new walk, like somewhere new. Like let's go do it. And so we took them to a new park this morning, and she was like, I really don't really want to go today. And I go, I know, but think about how good we felt yesterday when we did it. Like when we were walking on the hike, we were like, this is great because we did it around like 8:30, 9 a.m. Like, we really got to do this more often again. Like this was because we did that really consistently for like 6 months straight. And so then this morning she's like, fine. Then we get up and we get there. We take them for like a really short, like mile walk, up a small hill, and then we took them down to the park and we were throwing the ball for them for like an hour, and they were just having the time of their lives. And we're both sitting there like, this is good. This is good for them. Like we feel like good parents. Like yeah. And I'm really glad we got up and did this. Like, thanks for coming with me. And even that small activity where we didn't really like sweat, but it was still like even getting up in the morning early, out of the house, getting the dogs out, and doing something different you don't normally do is just such a reminder of like, do that more often.
It's it's earning the couch.
It is. It's the definition of EYC. It really is. And so I know last time I think I talked to you about like doing the whole like why the hell not mentality, which I have pursued. I've done a lot of actually, and I'm pretty proud of myself.
It's probably led to some of the not wanting to go on workouts too, because you said why the hell not to more things.
Maybe. You guys want to
But
go to
yeah,
the brewery today with us? Why the hell not? I was gonna go to the gym, but hey, that sounds great. Well, hang on. More of the fun, like let's go do it. Why not? I really cool. Went, Julian Araujo, remember from soccer?
Soccer player, professional. You used to play on
Yeah.
the Condors with you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Uh, well, Jill's like right after we just filmed that podcast where I was telling you about why the hell not? Like, let's go do it. Like, let's go do that more often. She texts me like 2 days later. She goes, "Hey, my work has free tickets to the Mexico. It was like Mexico, Uruguay international soccer game in Santa Clara. Like, we have free tickets." And I was just like instantly, I go, why the hell not? It's Wednesday night, but why the hell not? Let's do it. And her boss said she didn't have to wake up at 4:30 the next day if she went. So she was like, I want to go. So that she can go to work at 7:30 instead of 4:30.
Hell yeah.
And I'm all, why the hell not? Like, let's go do it. Free tickets, soccer game in Levi's Stadium. Like, that'll be fun. And then we went, well, we were going to go, and I realized, I'm like, wait, Julian's playing. Like, Julian's on the Mexico national team. I'm all like, he's the starting left back. And I was all, oh, this is going to be epic. Like, this is the first time I get to watch my old teammate play professionally in a stadium. I've never seen him
International professional.
right. And it was really cool. So we gotta see him play. And
How do you do?
good. He actually got a yellow card within the first 5 minutes. He got into a fight.
Let's go.
It was awesome. And then Jill's all like, whoa. And I go, yeah, he did this a lot back in the day, too, on our team. Yeah, he's the man. But they won, and it was really fun. We got to go and hang out and hung out with her coworkers and stuff. And so it was cool. And then we just consistently, like, kind of did those things. Wasn't not to, like, huge things, but, like, oh, man, I'm feeling kind of tired. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind staying home this weekend. But why the hell not? Let's go do it. So,
Dude, that was last night while got back from the beach day and kind of I'm in my 20s. I'm in San Diego. My best friend wants to hang out. One of my best friends wants to hang out and have quality time. It's Saturday at 7. Like, yeah, I might be tired from a beach day, but snap forward 3 years and there's people who have moved away, who have kids, who knows? And so why the hell not? Like I'm just gonna sit on the couch right now. I can earn it a little bit more. Went to bed last night with 23,000 steps.
hey, no. Legs are
Didn't go
feeling
on a
nice.
didn't go on a walk, didn't go on a hike. That was just dancing and volleyball and
Wow. It's actually, that's a lot for not going on a hike.
yeah. And similarly, I did it. I joined a softball league, co-ed volo
Nice.
league, playing on Tuesdays. Last week I went, I think 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs and like 3 catches in the outfield. They weren't like cool catches, but I didn't drop it, So
Yeah.
that's always.
I've been there before.
But you pick it right back up. You're like, "Oh, I can calculate where that's gonna land."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
No, softball is really fun, actually. That's one of those things that I want to do, but we don't, like, all the people that we know that are our age aren't in a softball league.
Someone's got to be the person to bring them to do it, though.
Right. Like, I wish we knew somebody who was in, like, a co-ed 30-year-old softball league, because then it'd be an in and we'd meet more people that way too. But it's hard when you don't know somebody, right? So
I
we'll
mean,
get figured out. Don't worry.
Yeah, I totally feel you. I mean, there's a reason. I went for it because an opportunity. It's like someone said, "Hey, they're doing a softball league. Do you want to join it?"
You're like,
So
why the
that
hell
does
not?
help. Yeah, I was like, okay, Tuesdays. I mean, yeah, 6 p.m. might be a little tough, but then because you go like, well, sometimes I work past 6, and like, how am I gonna fit that in? And like, I'm not gonna be probably lifting on those days, and blah blah. And it's $90, and I don't, And then it's just so fun, and most of the games are gonna be at 7 or 8, so it's like not even a big deal.
Yeah.
And I've gone to the gym before or after both the games so far, and so it's just like, okay.
Does it remind you of like intramurals?
Yeah, like I hadn't played like a organized sport in 3 years probably since San Francisco volo leagues where we played kickball, and I had 2 of like the top 15 coolest things I've ever done in my life happened during that season. Like,
What were
just
the two coolest things?
they were just like plays on the kickball diamond that just would be hard to replicate.
Yeah, and you
And
felt pretty badass when it happened. Like,
yeah,
you're
and
just
like
like,
in reality, like people were, had White Claws and people were pre-gaming the stuff, and it's just like all sorts of shapes and sizes and skills and and so it's nothing really to be super proud about,
hey,
but
man.
god damn it, they were sick plays. So I was pitcher on one of them, or I was pitcher a lot of the time, and because a lot of the balls just kind of went with near you because people couldn't kick them super well or whatever. So you had a lot of opportunities to make plays, and so it was just like some like trailing down to third base and then like slinging it all the way across to the first baseman, and then one like getting the kick, the cutoff person was me, and I got it and immediately basically turned around without really looking and zipped it to someone who was about to score, and if you hit them, it was an out. So like they're about to land on the plate, and you just nail them with the ball from like second base, and you're like, two down,
Yeah, two.
two down.
Two.
Yeah. So it was just some little stuff. And there was one time we were up by like my roommates and I played Michael Scott, one of the roommates you've met, and Sam Sarah, and it was a bunch of people from Cal Poly. It was sick. But Mike, at one point, we were up by a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna start giving it to him like a little bit easier, like letting him score kind of thing if I can, just because like it was like it was a blowout, so they weren't having fun. And then Mike looks at me and he goes, "What would Kobe do?" And then we just didn't let up a run.
I like the sound of Mike. Yeah.
Mike was like, "Step on their throat, dude."
He's like,
Holy
you don't
shit!
give mercy.
Yeah, no mercy.
No
And so
mercy here. Keep pitching.
that was that game. Like a few plays later, was me lasering the person out at home. And so like right after that happened, I like looked at Mike, and Mike like nodded in approval.
You're all, give me the ball. Next batter up.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So
now
much fun.
I'm playing softball, and like I watch a lot of baseball, and so like I tend to know what to do, but like the initial just like paralysis of like which step do I take, like those natural instincts aren't fully there yet. Like, I really gotta kind of adjust underneath the ball. Like I think it's gonna land out right where I'm at, but we'll see. And then in the batter's box, you're like, okay, wait, I think I know what my swing is, but like I really haven't done this in like 15 years.
Do you have any swing and misses?
I have not swung and missed it yet. No,
Okay.
it's soft pitch, and your teammate is pitching to you.
Oh, your teammate's pitching to you.
I mean, in slow pitch, there's no. I mean, the pitcher has to be better for it to like land in the right spot. But there's no. It's not like Dad's league was, where it's like super. It's intense.
It's not competitive.
It's competitive to the degree that you make it, which our team like wants to win, and like we're going out there and like doing high fives and like. But you're also wearing t-shirts and like shoes. You're not,
You're not
wearing
in
cleats or
cleats.
nothing. Yeah,
Interesting.
not yet.
I played on Dad's softball team when I was in high school. I was
How'd it
by
go?
far the youngest one out there. I just remember one thing. I was playing shortstop. The ball comes as it's a ground ball right to me, and it just goes
Yeah.
right underneath my glove. And I'm all just so embarrassed. Like, I can't believe I just did that. And then I got moved out to the outfield, and then the ball got launched, and all of a sudden, I just zoomed right over, caught it, and I just hear the other team going, "Oh, come on, he's too quick to be out there. That's not fair. That would have dropped if any of you other ones were out there." And then I was like, outfield's my place. And then the next ball,
Okay.
I completely missed. And I'm all, softball's it's really tough, man. As like a 18-year-old senior in high school, like just nervous as could be because didn't want to mess up. Now
Yeah.
I'd be out there like very competitively. But that's the type of stuff, that like competitive atmosphere, like the beach volleyball that you do or the softball, like that is something I want to try and do more of because it's fun. Being competitive
You're
is fun.
for sure, and you're very, very echoey right now.
No. Am I still echoing? How about now?
Better.
I think I might have switched my echo a little bit right there. That's
Yeah, I
what
think you
happened.
did too.
Sorry
Because
about
you
that,
just,
folks. You know, it's been a month and a half, been some technical difficulties. It's all good.
I would also back it up because when you do raise your voice,
Just
it
echo.
does get, yeah, you're probably fine if you just talk normally from there. But
Just
the
talk.
moment you start talking, does it
Just
retain its
talk.
quality?
Just talk normal, dude. Yeah, no, that actually does sound pretty good.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, so you can do that. I can't do that.
Um, but yeah, man, I think there's a few people that I know who like prioritize play, and I
Play.
think and I think that's so important because as much fun as working out and lifting can be, you have to intentionally kind of make it play. Otherwise, you're just like doing what you need to do and then you're moving forward. Like it's not necessarily play.
Yeah.
So it's super fun just to like one connect with people that I don't know, talk a little smack, like talk to the guy who's on second, like find out like, oh, his name's Mike, and then I'm like, good hit, Mike. And then every time I'm coming around, I'm looking at him like, Mike, you dirty dog.
I want your friend group, my
I don't want your friends seem pretty fun. Oh, and
God,
then
dude.
you're
You could just
just
find a way to fit a Tim Robinson quote in there in every single sentence we have.
it's more challenging not bringing it in
Yeah, it really is.
because so many of my thoughts default to some sort of Tim Robinson quote when I'm talking to you.
It's so bad. Just keep going. So
It's been
prioritize
like
P squared. P squared. Prioritize play. How about that?
trying to, and I think that's what happened this summer, which was beneficial, but it's just a balance as it is with everything. But if you can, and I was talking about this with my mastermind group. One of the guys is a part of this group that meets with people of all generations, and they just like get coffee on like every other Wednesday kind of thing.
Interesting.
And he's talking to these old ladies who are in their 80s, ladies in their 80s, and he was saying how their biggest advice was the people who win are the people who can retain that playful spirit the longest, which is
Yeah.
a cool perspective.
I mean, it makes sense because you also get the social aspect to it. And I think it's really healthy for your brain to have some sort of like competitiveness so that you don't feel
I
you're
don't
just
think
like going in the motion all the time.
Yeah, and I don't think it even needs to be like super competitive. It's just where you can go and like be present and just like do something that's not the end of the world if it doesn't go well.
Yeah. I mean,
Just dance in the parking lot kind of thing.
yeah, I'm not saying you got to go be absolutely competitive, but more in the sense of like compete with others, the sense of play, because that is something you don't really get unless you're forcing yourself to do it. It's why cornhole was so much fun. Gosh, what a sport, man. What a sport. Because it's the sense of competitiveness at the end of the day. People who take it like seriously, but have fun with it at the same time. Like cornhole is fun. That's why pickleball is probably really fun for a lot of people because it's super easy to get into it and you don't have to be really skilled at it to have some sort of competitiveness for it. Um,
What's the phrase? Anyone can win. Anyone can play. Anyone can win.
yeah, cornhole, ACL,
Anyone
anyone
can
can
play.
play, anyone
There's a
can win.
there's a chance I see you that weekend. So, but when
Oh
you're going
yeah,
down to the tournament, there's a chance.
are you gonna go to the tournament?
Uh, I don't know yet.
Because
I'm
I
just
will
saying.
say it's an experience. It's pretty
I,
cool.
I, it's a potential for sure.
Hey, why the hell not, man? Why the hell
I the
not?
hell not
Right?
for sure.
It's okay. All right. But I want to try and find more opportunities to do that. Part of it too is just literally like going to the Parks and Rec website and figuring it out. So,
Yeah, you gotta find a community of people who's doing it, and then once you find a few, then you could probably.
yeah. Well, that's why mountain biking is something I want to get into is cuz there's so many people up here that mountain bike. Apparently, this place is like the number one destination for mountain bikers
Northern
in
California in general
the
is
United States. Yeah. So,
yeah, Northern California and then like the Pacific Northwest, like this whole area of the world is known for being the spot.
yeah.
British Columbia. Apparently Arkansas has some really nice mountain biking though. Everyone
Arkansas?
says like, yeah, they're either farming or mountain biking. Well, I
We
mean,
want to know.
besides all the other people who are just working general jobs, but
Interesting. I thought Arkansas was pretty like flat.
there's some hills. I mean, it's not like a huge range like what we have in California, but it's
I
hills.
mean, yeah, that makes sense. If there's hills, there's trails. If there's trails, then there's mountain biking trails.
Probably.
It's simple math, right? Yeah. But that's like we go walk around or drive around, and it's just consistently you're just seeing so many different mountain bikers and stuff, and people. We had gone to some breweries sometimes, like on a Saturday, and you'll see like groups of like 30 mountain bikers just show up with their mountain bikes, and just they're all getting a beer after they went and rode 40 something miles that day.
Yeah.
But also, it just looks fun, and something I might as well get into. It's just more so of the I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm really really bad at buying things for myself. Like when it comes to just buying things,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Never
I've
knew.
been researching mountain bikes for the past like week, and I just can't pull the trigger on one. Went to the store, told the guy, I'm like, you have any ones on sale? And he showed me the ones on sale, and I was like, huh, okay.
What about
And
like
then,
Facebook Marketplace?
I've been on Facebook Marketplace. I've been looking all over Facebook Marketplace. And then there's been a few where like posted an hour ago, looks like a nice mountain bike, one of like the Specialized. I don't know if you heard of Specialized,
Yeah.
that brand. $100. Looked nice, looked brand new. This lady was just like, sun grew out of it. And for me, I'm a short guy, so it looked pretty my size. And I immediately messaged her like, "Is this still available?" She goes, "Sorry, just sold it." And I'm all, "Oh, come on, it was posted an hour ago." Thought I had it, but I've been like on Facebook Marketplace like that, just refreshing.
That's crazy.
And then I'm all, maybe I should just buy a new one, just not the most expensive one, but just buy a new one, and it's gonna last me a while. But I'm really bad at pulling the trigger on like just doing that. So in time, when I feel
I feel
comfortable,
like
I'll do it.
I'm sure it's more challenging to pull the trigger too with wedding
Yeah, yeah, and
and like
wedding
summer's
and house,
closing.
yeah, like the expenses of summer. But like we also, for just trying to save money every month, like for wedding and house, that's a lot of money that goes into savings. So in terms of like extra money after that, there's not a lot after for that type of thing. And at the end of the day, I don't want to pay for something that I might not end up using that often. So I want to make sure that this isn't just like a end of summer, like I want to get into this activity all of a sudden. Like I want to make sure I really want to get into it. So if like another like 2 weeks goes by and I'm still doing all this research and trying to figure it out, then I'm probably gonna buy one. But I don't want to buy one off the this has all happened because I can't run. But
Mm.
I went and biked at the gym and my knee was fine. And so now I've been like, I could bike, mountain biking, substitute for my running because I can't run. So that's where it's kind of like stemmed from. Yeah, man. You can see all this chaos going through my head right now.
I can tell.
Yeah. It's okay though. Don't worry. I'm going to
I
figure
feel
it
like
out.
you should figure out if your knee is actually hurt or not before.
Well, yeah. No, it is hurt.
I believe that, but like to what extent is it truly?
Well, so here's the thing. I can still walk on it and I don't limp when I walk on it. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
hurt when I walk on it. I can
Mm-hmm.
hike around on it.
Okay.
But when I'm consistently running on it and it's pounding against the ground while I'm running, then it starts to hurt after
Why
like
is your
2
knee
miles.
on the ground?
No, my knee's not on the ground.
No, I'm just kidding.
And then it starts to hurt. So in my head, I'm thinking it's hard to get a doctor around here. It's hard to go to the doctor. And then when I get there, he's going to ask me all these questions that I'm telling you right now. And he's going to be like, all right, well, we can, take an x-ray, do all these things and, see what it's like. Or what it sounds like is you just keep resting it for a month or so. It's probably going to be good to go. He'd probably be like, if it was really if it was really bad tear, you would still feel it while you're walking. That's my guess. Now, I'm no doctor, so I don't know anything. But Jill went to the doctor this week for her foot because she thought she broke her foot. And the doctor said basically the same thing in the sense of like, well, if it keeps hurting for a week, you can come back and then we'll figure it out from there. It may be a ligament in your foot. And she went to go get answers and she didn't really get any answers. She's in the same spot where she was. So for me, if I can still walk and do my normal thing, then you know what? I'll I'll see where it's at in a few weeks when I go try and run on it again after I'm icing it consistently and all that. And if it still hurts, well, then I'll wait another month. And if it still hurts after that, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I guess it just comes down to how much do you want to run,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
if
mean,
and
it
if
sort of, yeah.
like if running is the goal, and like that you really found joy in that, you're like okay, and it hurts again, then like you don't have to fix it to do things, but if you want to run. And if you don't want to be hampered to not being able to run. But I understand not wanting to go to the doctor and set up the meeting and go through shit and probably have to pay some money to get nowhere closer to where you need to be, or get told that you need to spend more money in order to actually fix it. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to do that. So now we're
And
just in the same place. Is this what you're feeling?
yeah, healthcare is super sick. Oh,
Right.
yeah. It's all right. ChatGPT said I was fine, so we're good.
Perfect. There's a new
No,
model
but
that
I,
came
I
out, so we're chilling.
100%, I agree with the fact that going to the doctor makes the most sense to go. Like if it hurt every time to walk still, and like I couldn't go upstairs still, like I'd be like, yeah, I should probably go to the doctor. But
You're not trying to run 200 miles, and so
right, and I'm gonna give it some time to rest and heal, and then try running on it again and see if it flares up or not. I know some people just like their bodies aren't made to run long distance.
okay.
Like they're not like people. Some people can only go X amount of miles, and then their bodies are like their joints and their knees like will not work effectively. So I know some people get put on like by doctors. They get told like realistically you should probably be only running like 4 miles max every time you go for a run. And that might be me honestly. Is
My body hurts a lot when I'm not running and then I'm trying to run. And then it hurts really bad. And then I push through that to be like, oh, I'm just like not used to it. And then it gets a little bit better, but there's still pain every time. And you're like, okay, maybe I'm just like not built to do
no
this. But I also haven't gone to the doctor and been like, why is this happening? I'm just like going off of.
training like building up tolerance is different for sure. It's more so in the sense of like I know some people who got told by the doctor because of that injury like you shouldn't run X amount of miles, like more than that, like you should be capped off at 4 because it'll just keep making it worse. Like
Okay.
you're not going to solve that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but are you saying that that's what your body is like?
Oh no, I'm saying that might be what my body is like.
Because I've heard stories about other people getting told that because of an injury that they sustained, that they shouldn't run any more than 4 miles. Their doctor told them that. Their doctor said this. So I know that I might be like that. That's what I'm hearing. Is that pretty much spot on?
I think we're going in circles here. The short story is that I ran really hard in a 10K, 6 miles, and then I think I tore my meniscus based off of what the internet was saying.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
And then I let it rest for a week. It feels better a little bit over time. And I'm going to let it rest for a little bit longer and then try running again. And if it gets worse, like if it's still like bad to run on, then go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because I also could have easily just tweaked it after that race from just running hard. So,
For sure. No, and I think what I'm ultimately getting at is that recovery is what matters. And there's some people who need to go to the doctor in order to recover correctly, but I think trying to recover on your own first makes a ton of sense.
okay.
Rest it, heal up, figure it out.
Yeah. No, it'll be okay. It'll be It'll all work itself out. It always does.
I just like I think I tore my meniscus, so I'm gonna stop running. It's like, okay, if you tore your meniscus, you might want to get that fixed.
Well, no, it's just because I saw a thing online.
And I talked to
I
my
saw a thing
grandpa.
on the line. On the line. You know, you ever watch that movie, The
Yeah,
Internship?
internship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
they'll throw it
hilarious.
on the line.
So we throw that on the line. My grandpa ran for a long time, and he told me that it sounded like one. And so I asked a very specific question with my symptoms, and it matched. And so
No,
I'm
no,
pretty
no.
much on the.
I didn't ask my symptoms. I asked where is a torn meniscus because I wanted to make sure it was in the knee. And then two, I asked what are the symptoms? What are the symptoms of a torn meniscus? And when I looked it up online from several different resources, and they all had EDUs, I went, it's pretty spot on to what I was describing to people about how my knee felt. Your knee may feel like it's locking up. The first thing I told Jill, I'm all, God, my knee's locking up again. I can't. So then I was like, okay, well, there's hint number one of a torn meniscus. And then I kept doing my research and I'm all, how do you heal a torn meniscus? And of course, you know, the online resource told me if it's really, really bad, you may need to get surgery. And I'm all, well, that's worst case scenario. So then I kept reading and it was like, most cases with torn meniscus, they heal on their own after
Okay.
resting and icing for several months. And
Have you been icing?
oh yeah, I've been icing. And then I looked at the image of like where the torn meniscus is, you know, because I wanted to make sure it was in the right location. And so then it was like spot on where my pain was, and I'm all And it showed the two different types of torn meniscus. One of like the very severe torn, or the other one where it was like less severe and it heals on its own. And it showed the area, the pain area. I'm like, oh, that's pretty much where it is. And I'll start icing it for a month and rest it, and then try running on it again. And if it's like still bad, then go to the doctor to see if I need to get like surgery. But
Very valid.
didn't want to stress myself out over it. So I was like, yeah, this is the logical thing to do, because if I go to the doctor this week, they're going to be like, well, have you rested? And like, have you like been icing it? Have you been resting it? And I'd be like, well, yeah, for 2 days. And, you know, they'd be like, okay, well, go home, rest it for a couple of weeks, and then come back and see, you know? So,
So fair.
so here we are, Jake. Does that make
So
sense to you?
it
I don't need to
does.
stress out about this, do I?
I'd be stressing.
Should I call the doctor right now?
For 15 minutes?
Doc, I read the online stuff.
Everything
Diagnosed myself.
I read on the line has to be right.
Everything on the line, right? You know what the worst part is when I was going to therapy.
I use ChatGPT's X-ray feature. It's bad, Doc. It's bad.
Took a photo of my knee. ChatGPT. My knee hurts. What happened? There's numerous amount of reasons why your knee might be hurting. Can you explain what you did to make your knee hurt? Ran a half marathon. What happened? No,
Doc,
but
man, your heart rate's pretty elevated here. Yeah. You're at Club Aqua, weren't you?
no, this is the worst part, though. I mean, in all honesty, I'm outing myself right now. Not many people do that, by the way. Not many people out themselves. I'm about to. One of the things that my therapist and I used to talk about a lot, because, you know, panic attacks, getting stressed out, not
fine.
being able to handle the hospital. You know, I can't do that stuff. Neither can you, really, but you're better at it than me. So
Whoa.
she's
Don't out
like,
me. You're outing you. Don't out me.
okay, yeah, no, I'm not outing you. I'm outing me. Let's go back to me. She's all, do you like when you know, are getting sick, or maybe you have something, you feel like there's something wrong, like physically, like, do you like look things up online to like try and diagnose the problem? Like, she goes, do you Google doc diagnose it? And I go, like, whoa, it's kind of spot on. Yeah, I do that every single time. She goes, do you like go article by article by article and then show it to somebody else, like maybe your fiance? Do you show it to her and tell her, like, see, like, they're right, this is wrong with me, this is what's happening? And I go, I mean, it's not that aggressive. I'll definitely use it for backup resources when I'm trying to explain what's wrong with me. She's like, you need to stop doing that. That's just going to stress you out. And of course, I had that like conversation with grandma and grandpa about about my knee hurting, and grandpa going, I think that sounds like a torn meniscus. You know, you might need to look that up. And I immediately go, so I go right to the Google Doc and I go, torn meniscus symptoms. Where is it located? What's wrong? When do I heal? And I just start reading through it all, and then Jill's like sitting there going, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "No, nothing. Don't worry about it." Like, she goes, "Are you looking up? Are you like looking up torn meniscus symptoms and all that online?" And I go, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna stress myself out over it. I just want to make sure that the meniscus is where it is. Like, I'm just making sure that it's in the knee." I knew the meniscus was in the knee.
I just wanted to double check.
I'm just making sure I'm okay. That's all. See, I do have a torn meniscus. Look at the symptoms. I told you about that locked up knee. So my therapist would not be happy with me that I did that. But I didn't. But she would be stoked. She would be stoked that I didn't stress myself out over it. I was just like, okay, I think I'm just going to ice it for a little bit and see where it goes, and we'll figure it out from there. So that's a big growth moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know.
You don't think there's anything wrong with me, right?
I don't need to call the doctor.
Seriously, man.
Dude, that's too good. That was actually hilarious. I know we talked about that for a while, but that was pretty funny. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up running on it in a couple of weeks after I've continuously iced it and stuff. Cool thing, we just ordered a stationary bike for the house. Epic. Took me a while to pull the trigger on that one. That was a 9-month purchase right there. Yeah, took me 9 months. Talk about having problems pulling the trigger on buying things. And we got it because mainly it's just, we were talking about, it's kind of nice being able to just have something at the house where if you wanted to, you know, wake up earlier and not have to worry about getting to the gym, like just having something available right there. So
Yeah.
that's actually arriving today. I'm really, that's something I'm excited about because stationary bikes are nice to have. One of those nice things. But yeah, lots to look forward to, lots to improve, get healthy as well.
In a way.
Lots to do. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel I haven't had a ton of legitimate injuries, but my body's fairly beat up. And I felt it with my shoulder, and I did the same thing that you're doing, which is, all right, I'm gonna lay off of it. I'm gonna not lift as heavy on it anymore. I'm gonna do more mobility and strength and try and reinforce. Because I don't know if you've read Outlive yet, but that's the book that Mom and I read a couple years ago that kind of kicked off Mom's health journey. And one of the things that he's talking about is just training to live as healthy as you can for as long as you can. And so if it really hurts to run, then you got to find a different activity kind of thing, just so that you can remain healthy as long as possible.
Like,
so
listen to your body at the end of the day.
Listen to your body for sure. Heal the shoulder, because not being able to lift heavy as much as you want when you're 26, 27, compared to having a shoulder that's jacked up from the time you're 45 and beyond is going to be horrible.
Yeah. No, it is. And that's actually what, like, Grandpa, he ran marathons, and that was one of the first things he said when I was telling him about my knee. I was like, yeah, I jacked up my knee. And one of the first things he said was like, well, if I could tell you anything that I've learned over the last, something years, like I just needed to listen to my body way sooner than I started listening to it. Like, and so that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'll start icing my knee. I'll look into this whole meniscus thing.
Let me Google this. Thanks, Grandpa. Let me Google this.
Yep. Let me Google Doc this real quick. Doctor says.
And I'm fucked.
All right. Torn meniscus. Here we go. What am I supposed to do now? Yeah. And same thing with your injury, You ice it. If it gets worse, go to the doctor.
Yeah, and like legitimately, like haven't been doing the heavy for 5 months, 4 months. And like it used to just like get real pinched up, and you're like, wow, that's probably not supposed to how it's supposed to feel.
Yeah.
And now I haven't really gone back to going super heavy, but higher repetition range, and I'm not feeling that. And I'm like, okay, we can start to work the heavy stuff back in if we want to, or we can train for handstands, or we can
Yeah, because like at the
do
end of it, you're
kettlebell
not
swings.
bodybuilding. Like
Right,
you're
right,
still being active. It's still healthy for you.
for sure,
You're still gonna enjoy it.
for
I mean,
sure.
maybe not as much as lifting the heavy weight, but you're gonna enjoy it.
My workouts were like used to be like hour 15, hour and a half of lifting, and now it's much more frequently like 20 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of lifting, 15 minutes of sauna.
Yeah, really mixing it up,
Yeah,
giving
and just
yourself a
like,
variety.
yeah, just having fun, doing what feels good, and like it's so nice like during summer to be able to just like work out on the turf area where there's no real opportunity to lift heavy, so it doesn't feel
That
like I'm
is
missing
cool.
out. Like I'm just vibing outside.
Yeah, dude, that's how I felt today. I mean, this is gonna sound pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie, but I was just running around outside with Daisy testing my knee today. Like out on the field,
Huh?
out at the park, I was just running around, like juking her out and stuff. And I'm like, honestly, my knee feels pretty good. But then again, I was running on grass and it wasn't. I wasn't running very far. I was just, giving it some movement at the end of the day, testing
Yeah.
it out, doing zigzags, running around. Like she was chasing me, and so much fun.
That's awesome. So, hey, there's some play that doesn't need competitiveness.
Yeah. And
Just
then and then
being a
Jill and
kid
I
with your
were
dog.
playing catch today. There's something so nice about playing catch.
I played football catch yesterday for like 20 minutes, and it was awesome.
It's so much fun.
I think I'm gonna
Love it.
ask Dom once he's done with his project and we're wrapped up here to go throw the baseball around, because that just sounds electric.
It's so fun. You do it for 15 minutes and your shoulder feels it, but it's still just like the movement and then the catching, and you're just back and forth, and then you get into a rhythm and you're like, why don't we do this more often? Dude, I say that all the time.
We got to do this more often.
I go, why don't we do this more often? We should do this more often.
Well, those things are like you realize how little effort it actually takes to go do it, because you're
Yeah.
like, all we have to do is grab this thing and like go there, and that's 8 minutes away, and then we're just there, and it's free, and it's
Yeah.
fun, and we're in the sun, and we're going for a run. Hopefully, there's no one brings a gun. Gosh darn it, I already won.
Look, you're done. Oh, that was good. That was a good rhyme right there. For sure. Same thing with the frisbee too. Like, also now Blue knows how to like run and catch the frisbee midair.
Oh, that's sick.
So sick. You go throw it and she just glides, catches it, brings it back to you, and you're all, we should do this more often.
Good girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. But
Well, dude,
it's like that theme. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's
it is
the theme of
play. Like
there's so much to do.
this summer, there's so much to do, so you have to be intentional with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Which is why I think earning the couch feels so good, because you sometimes it's not necessarily a workout, often is a workout, or it's just doing stuff that brings you satisfaction, and then you can sit down and be like, oh, that was a sick day.
And then soon we're gonna be doing that, sitting down on Sunday at like 10 a.m. going, I got so much done before today. Now I gotta actually sit on the couch and really earn it.
Gotta earn the Sunday.
But yeah, watch football all day. Gosh, there's good things coming. I'm excited. There's a lot to look forward to here.
I'm excited too. I'm excited. We have some fun calls scheduled.
Yep, some good guests coming up, which there's going to be some crazy topics with that. But you know what? We'll get to that in the future. That's a little cliffhanger for all y'all listeners out there.